Hello, everyone. This is Jeff Rumberg. I'm a managing partner with MetricNet, and today I'm excited to announce that MetricNet's Contact Center Engagement Scorecard is now available for download. This out-of-the-box tool will enable you to easily measure and trend agent engagement in your contact center. We designed the scorecard for ease of use and simplicity. The engagement scorecard is in Excel format, so let's go ahead and take a look at that and open it up here. Now, when you download and open the Excel file, you're going to be on this data entry page. But I want to point out that we have included definitions for each of the metrics in the scorecard over here on the tab on the far left. There are 8 metrics included in the agent engagement scorecard. Each of them are defined here, so you don't have to guess at all about how any of these metrics are defined. Now, just to the right of that, we have a sample scorecard to illustrate what your agent engagement scorecard is going to look like each month. Now, if we jump to the initial scorecard, you'll see here that we have not yet populated this. And so what I want to do is go through a hypothetical example of how we would populate the agent engagement scorecard. And for that, we go back to the initial data entry page. We're going to call this the Acme Corporation Contact Center. And we're going to enter some data here that would be typical of a contact center of this sort. Let's assume that we have 78% agent job satisfaction, and let's assume that most agents would be willing to refer friends and family to a job in this contact center. Let's assume that our daily absenteeism is 4%, our turnover is 2% per month. We have 2 hours of coaching per agent per month, 1 hour of training per agent per month. We do 4 team huddles. And in terms of getting together for outside social activities, this happens occasionally. So we've done our basic data entry now. And what we want to do is go one tab to the right to our initial scorecard. And you can see that MetricNet's agent engagement scorecard has been automatically populated. You can see the data right here that we entered on the prior tab. The scorecard calculates your overall agent engagement score. In this case, it's 65.6%. And all you need to do this is a few basic pieces of information. One implication is that you don't have to spend a lot of time and effort to update your scorecard each month. The only thing you need to do on this page is to add the month. Now, the score here, Acme Corporation, 65.6%, turns out to be a pretty good score. When we compare it against 20 other benchmarking data points, Acme comes in 5th place. So 5th out of 20 is going to be a top quartile score. The red dashed line that you see here represents the peer group average, which is 54.5%. So Acme scored relatively well. In fact, they scored very well on their analyst engagement. Now, I would recommend including this chart in your next monthly report. But that's not all, because the scorecard also gives you the ability to track and trend your agent engagement over time. Let's continue with our example and come out here to month 2. We've carried the logic over from your initial entry, so there's no need to make any calculations yourself. MetricNet's engagement scorecard, agent engagement scorecard, does all this work for you. You simply need to enter the current month. This would be June. And then click Jump to Data Entry. We'll go down here to the data entry and we'll make up some new data. We're still going to be at 78% agent job satisfaction. That metric is easily measured once or twice a year, so it typically doesn't change every month. It might change twice a year or once a year. So that metric remained the same. Let's assume that most agents are still willing to refer friends and family to a job in this contact center. Now let's assume that our daily absenteeism is down to 3%, that our turnover is down to 1.5% per month, that our monthly coaching hours are up to 2.5 hours per agent, and that our monthly training hours are up to 1.5 hours per agent. Let's assume that we're still doing 4 team huddles per month, and now we're getting together a little bit more often outside of work socially. Now, our agent engagement score is 74.1%. And compared to the 20 benchmarking data points we've got over here, we're now in 2nd place. So from our initial score of 65.6% agent engagement, we are now at 74.1% agent engagement. So we've moved ahead. That is, we've gone from position number 5 on the first scorecard to position number 2 in going from May until June. Now, we can look at months 3, which I've pre-populated, 4 and 5. But let's take a look at our overall trends by going to the Scorecard Trends tab. You can see the month-over-month trend in the overall balance score. It's trending upward. That's what the blue solid line is. It's the linear regression through the data points. The red line represents the benchmarking peer group average, and the blue dashed line represents your average for the 5 months that we've shown here. So we clearly have a positive trend in the overall balance score. If we look at the job satisfaction, we also have a positive trend there. Referring friends and family is a positive trend. Absenteeism is remaining flat. Agent turnover is going up a little bit, so that might be a bit of a concern. In terms of coaching hours, that number is going down a little bit, so there's some concern there probably. Training hours are going up. Team huddles remain flat. And outside activities are also going from occasionally to at least once a month. Now here's the bottom line. MetricNet's Agent Engagement Scorecard is the only tool like it on the market. It dramatically improves your ability to answer 2 critically important questions. First, how engaged are your contact center agents? And secondly, how is agent engagement trending over time? I want to encourage you to visit metricnet.com/agent engagement to download your contact center agent engagement scorecard. Thanks for joining me. This is Jeff Rumberg, Managing Partner of MetricNet.